What are elements, and why do we never shut up about them in the pagan community? I like that better. Yeah. Let's talk about that. That's today's episode.
Hi, I'm Rook.
And I'm Salann.
And today we're talking all things elements. After this intro episode, we'll dive deeper into each elements and share ways that we can work with the elements in different aspects to improve our understanding of ourselves, the world around us, and the universe and spirit. But first, let's get some basics down. So what are the elements? We've got air, fire, water, earth, and spirit or center, source.
Check. Those are the 5 elements, and we use those 5 elements really, or many pagans do, not all, because everybody's different, but it's kind of how we connect to the universe, and we kind of think of it as, like all things are made up of elements, right? So we have, like you said, air, we breathe air, fire, creation, creativity, the spark of life, right? Water, our emotions and our adaptability. Earth, our stability and the things that we can touch that are right around us. And spirit, all of the everything all together mixed up into one big ball. I kind of look at it like it's the senses. It's a way to sense the things that are around us. We can sense all of the world with elements, using the elements as a pathway to do that. Now that's not a standard for most people, I don't think, but I like to think of it that way. It's like if I'm trying to learn something new about life or an experience or shadow work, I like to think of it in terms of elements. How do I experience this through air? How do I experience this through fire? How do I experience this through earth and water and spirit? And that kind of helps me bring all of the pieces together, and everything in the universe is made of element.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, kind of what you were talking about. So, like air, yes, we breathe in and exhale air. Water, emotions, but I was just thinking about too in our bodies, all of the fluids, blood, urine, water when you drink
Earth
it in.
my body, fire my spirit, water my blood. I forgot the other one. I did it backwards. Doesn't matter. Yes, that's true.
And then the earth, which we literally return to one day when we die.
And earth really, we call it earth and we're the element of earth and we're nature-based from being pagan, and we talk about earth as like the thing, right? But really, earth isn't just earth. Like it's ground, it's terra firma, but it's also ground and center. It is tangible. Excuse me. So if we go to another planet, it's still earth. Like it's still the physicality of the thing, and that's what the element of earth represents to me, my personal opinion. I just realized I can see my image in our little gazing ball.
Isn't that cool? And it's not falling off in a week?
Yeah, you probably should take it in just in case.
Probably should take it in. The last one fell off and broke.
Yeah, and if it breaks, the dog will probably eat it.
It should probably eat it, and that would not be a good thing.
That would not be good. That is the element of air that she's lacking a little bit.
Yes.
That's like in the logic and the knowledge that it could hurt her. Speaking of.
There she goes.
So we're going to walk you through some elements. We're going to kind of go through some basics and attributes, right?
All right. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Element, air. Direction, east. Associations, mind, inspiration, knowledge, intellectual curiosity. Look east when feeling stuck. Colors, yellow, pastels. Symbols, smoke, incense, fog, clouds, sky, feathers. Sounds, flute, melody, wind chimes. Sense, the fresh breeze.
Element, fire. Direction, south. Associations, transformation, change of matter to light and heat. Look south when needing change. Colors, red, orange, amber. Symbol, fire, torch. Sounds, chaotic noise, like fire crackling. Sense, campfire, wood burning.
Element, water. Direction, west. Associations, emotion, community, self-reflection, understanding. Look west to bring in ancestor and feelings. Colors, blue. Symbol, chalice, cup, sea, water, pools, silver. Sounds, harmony, and complex tones. Scents, lavender.
Element, earth. Direction, north. Associations, grounding, stability, nurturing. Connections, tangibility. Look north when needing grounding. Colors, brown, mahogany, dark amber. Symbols, dirt, wood, moss, grass. Sounds, drumming, beats, forest animals. Scents, smoke, leather. Element, spirit, direction, center, up or inward. Associations, all, source, universal energy, anything and everything. Colors, pink, purple, white. Symbol, ether, heart, spirit. Sounds, pure tones, fractal tones, binaurals. Sense, complex, any you choose.
So now that we've kind of gone through the basics and the correspondences and attributes, just know that those things aren't set in stone. They're just some things that we felt and we've read about and that kind of come naturally. But if you meditate and you work with each of the elements, you'll find your own correspondences may be different. For example, Rook, I think you're the one that brought the points of blue being partly with fire.
Fire, absolutely. The hot part of fire.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have put that together. Like, that wouldn't have been a thing for me. So it's pretty cool to have that, a commune that you do yourself with the elements to figure out how they work for you.
Which to me, water and fire kind of cancel each other, but I also tie them together with that blue color. Even though water is not really blue, we associate water with the color blue. And green could be green also, but I tie fire and water together with blue.
Yeah. And earth is often green or brown, but what about the ruddy reds and the clays and the light beiges of certain sands? And all of those things are earth. So you can kind of work together to have different ideas on what those elements are with your own communion, with the elements. But I've always thought that it's important to work with the elements. So we are going to do 4 episodes, one on each element.
So air, fire, water, earth.
Yeah, and we're going to try to do it in different areas and things that represent those different elements, but also take some stuff with us to kind of express. Like for me, we talked about the correspondence of air being with feather, fire being called, cauldron or heat, and water being bodies of water, obviously, and earth being not just earth, but trees, forests, and those kind of things.
And everything on it.
Everything on it. And spirit, now that you mention that, we don't want to leave out spirit too. Like, how do you represent spirit? Well, that's everything, all of it together. The magician is a worker of every element, including the spirit. So that's important to me.
Because through spirit, we're all tapped into the source one source, right? If
The
you think that
unisource,
way,
yep.
could be. I do.
Agreed. So I do want to mention one other thing, which is what I call dual elements. I have heard that some people practice this under different names. I did not know that. I've always done it my own way. This is not something I've ever read or heard from somebody else doing. But it's very interesting for me. It works well for me, and it's basically representation of every element that I work with. I represent in the physical. I also represent in the ether, or the other world, or underworld, or alternate universe, whatever you want to call it. So when we light our candle and we do our circle casting, and we start with air, right? We call to air, we use the regular physical connotations, but then we also light on the astral realm the candle for air, which is different vibrations and different things that kind of represent those pieces.
And right now, that astral realm candle representation, they're all white. So we light the green or the brown for earth or air, and then we go and light the white one, and then it connects the two, which I really like that practice that you
It helps keep us
do.
connected to both sides. Like, we're not just earthly beings, we're also spiritual, but it's harder to see that. So that connection to me helps keep us one foot in each side, so that we can really work with the elements and the energies, or whatever it is our ritual or our circle is doing. I mean, it kind of goes in the same correspondences, but air is like this really high vibrational, high energy, almost invisible, untouchable, speed of light kind of thing, and then you go around to fire, which is still really high energy, but a little bit less, and then water is even just still, average energy, a little bit less, and then earth is your stable, your slower moving, just like in science. It's very interesting, and it helps me stay connected to both sides as we go through each of the elements. So,
Agreed.
I keep hitting that thing.
Boy, that thing's hung in for like 3 years.
Yep. So is there anything else? We've got about 10 minutes.
Not for me. I think I'm interested in getting into each one individually and really going deep into each one and exploring those elements.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said for the need for more information about elements. You can go on almost any pagan YouTube channel or a book, and they're all going to talk about elements. We are too. We know it's repetitive, but it's important. What changed for me with elements is when I actually started working with them individually and processing them as a spiritual feeling or energy. Like, I am a very earth-based person, meaning my astrological chart is very earth. So I'm a very grounded person, but I'm very drawn to water. Why is that? And why not air and fire? So working through each of those elements has helped me kind of figure out how to process each of those things and how to learn, better roundness for myself.
And I'm very fire, I'm very jump in, I'm very take the leap, I'm very not think too much about it. So I'm drawn to earth because it helps me feel more calm.
Yeah. And so that's exciting. And like I said, I know it's repetitive. I know you've heard it before. You've probably seen it before, maybe not. But it's good to see it. Check out other YouTube videos, other books, and see what they tell you. But don't make a decision. Sorry, bugs. Don't make a decision on exactly what everything is to you until you have made that communication or that interaction.
You got to connect, and you've got to experience it.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite exercises, which we should ask our mentor to do a video or talk with us on, is with Earth, was learning to talk to trees at the Grove. And that was just so awesome. And then, when you do it and ask permission, it's like what they say is so, like I remember what it told me. I asked a question, it's like, are you stupid?
Yeah.
Basically, I've been here for so long and you're asking me that, are you stupid? It was
They don't have time for that. That just doesn't matter.
Yeah, very dismissive.
Yeah. And I think that's important because, working with the elements, it really does give you a new perspective. As silly as people think it is something that you need to experience. And just really, really important.
Yeah.
So with that, we're going to get going. Thank you for watching this shorter than normal video for our element and our path working, but we wanted to share it with you, and we're going to dive in deep next time with, I think we'll start with air probably.
Air.
Air. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts. Don't be an asshole. What else?
Share any experiences in the comments you have with the elements, or if you've done like Mystic has with the dual elements, or even under a different name. Tell us if you've ever talked to trees. Tell me if you've ever talked to animals.
Very much.
Take care. Bye.
Bye. Basics.
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 Basics. Okay.